Busy night, but there's always room for another.
Ah, good. Shenanigans. Back again. We're doing the final heroic boss for Construct Quarter in Naxxramas. We'll go take a look at him now. If you remember, that should be Thaddius.
It's alive! But you won't be for long.
Alright. Thaddius' hero power is still the same. Swap the attack and health of all minions. So I'm assuming that things will change as far as his cards go. Alright, well, I was counting on this being roughly the same. To that extent, I have a deck designed for this encounter. Present to you this modified version of the Priest. I'm going to call it the Hulk, and you'll see why. Let me explain by starting out that funny things happen when you buff the attack of things, and their health and attack get switched. The buff stays, at least it used to. I'm kind of hoping that it stays this way. So we'll take, like, for example, take a Direwolf Alpha, and we'll say a Lightwell. So you have a Lightwell with a Direwolf Alpha next to it. Lightwell becomes a 1/5. Well, if the Lightwell's stats get flipped, it then becomes a 5/1. And then the Direwolf Alpha buffs it again to make it a 6/1. And if it gets flipped again, well, it just keeps growing. Okay, so to that extent, that's the idea that we're going to go with. And in addition to all the health buffs of, Power Word, Shield, Dark Cultist, things of that nature, we're also going to be running Enrage minions. Amani Berserker, Raging Worgen, which should be really fun, and the Gurubashi Berserker. And Gurubashi Berserker is even better because, well, as long as he takes the hit, whether he gets healed later on or not, he still keeps the attack bonus. So he should just keep getting larger as the game progresses. Alright, so we'll go through the deck real quick. Circle of Healing, Inner Fires, Power Word Shields, Northshire Clerics, Divine Spirits. Those are all things we've seen in most of the other Priest decks. No big change there. Amani Berserker, again for this Enrage idea. Direwolf Alpha is meant to basically help buff some of the things, like the Lightwell, so we don't need Inner Fire right away. We can play the Direwolf Alpha and then Lightwell next to it. Ruby Egg, figured since he's going to flip the health and attack that we might as well get something, and then this is an easy way to get a 4/4, so we're going to go with that. If I end up having the Direwolf Alpha out already, then the Egg becomes something I can attack with, which also works. I'm going to go with 2 Shadow Word Deaths because he has minions that can get bigger, and it shouldn't be too hard to, use Shadow Word Death to get rid of them. Dark Cultist for the health buff. Raging Worgen, again, should be really fun. The hard part might actually keeping the enraged creatures enraged, because when you flip the stats, they're not damaged anymore. But we'll see how that goes. A Mass Dispel, this single Mass Dispel is really more for like the Shade of Naxxramas. And the, the Unbound Elemental. He tends to get both of them out really like at the, within one turn of each other. And if you could follow that up with like a Mass Dispel, you can remove all their buffs. Seems like a good idea. A single Light Spawn, I really don't know. I mean, he's a good card, and I think if I don't feel like dusting for a second Mass Dispel, and so I went with a Light Spawn. I just wanted something in the force, and so I went with that. Holy Novas are still going to stay because they're great, and Gurubashi Berserker hopefully will be just the boss. If this doesn't work, I've got some other ideas to change the deck around. My guess is the enraged creatures may not work quite as well as I'd like them to, but we'll take a look and we'll find out. The Gargoyle might also be a good option here as well. Far too many Priest decks. Okay, well, I don't think we're getting out of this. We got 4, 7, 10 coming in next turn, and I have no taunts or any ways to deal with these guys. So, we're going to call that one a game. We need to figure out a way to stop these guys.
You have bested me.
I think for now we're just going to try it again, and we're going to aggressively mulligan for Shadow Word Death. Alright, well, we're not dead yet. We'll send this into here. Shadow Word Death that. Hope he doesn't get the 11. Right, good. And we're just gonna... just trying to survive. Does he have a lightning bolt? I'm sure he has a lightning bolt. Yeah, he has a lightning bolt. How to deal with those big guys so quick? I have some ideas. Basically, what we would need is something fast with a good amount of attack. So we're talking a very cheap charge minion with probably 4 attack. And that is the Arcane Golem. It's unfortunate, though, that he's going to give mana crystals, and he'll just die. But I think I'd rather give him a mana crystal than take 7+ damage a turn. So, as fun as the idea of the Enrage thing is, let's go ahead and drop... I think I actually want to drop the Berserker for this. The Raging Worgen has its use because I can attack, and if he survives, then you get the Wind Fury extra attack. So I really want to kind of keep him. So we're going to go with 2 Arcane Golems. Let's see how that goes. I don't have a way to kill all that. I just don't have it. It'd be nice if I had Auchenai Circle right now. No, that's game. That is game.
You have bested me.
Alright. So it seems the deck's not going to go quite the way I planned. In that event, the Deathlord is still really very good, and I'm considering actually dropping Lightwell because Auchenai Circle just sounds like a way to go, and Lightwell doesn't work well with Auchenai. So Auchenai Circle, it's turn 4 though. I don't know if we can last that long. Will Holy Smites help? I was considering dropping. Let's actually drop 1 Berserker and the Light Spawn for Holy Smites. I'm not going to give up on this whole Enrage thing just yet. I'm stubborn. Yeah, that's game. Okay.
You have bested me.
I'm tempted to drop the Circle of Healings, but we got Auchenai in there. I still think that's valid. You are so late to this party. Well, unfortunately, I need to heal to stay alive. And if he has Lightning Bolt, that's good game anyway. Otherwise, I'd love to do these kind of things. This may have been the wrong play. He's got a Lightning Bolt, that should be game. Alright. Alright, the Auchenai Circle nonsense is just gonna be out. Everything else is working relatively well. Circle of Healing is pretty much worthless right now. I think we're gonna add a couple of silences. This Raging Worgen and Amani stuff is so fun, but it's just a dream that's not happening. So we're going to get rid of those. I'd also kind of like to get Death Lords in. I could put Lightwells back in. Mainly for healing myself. Dark Cultist isn't bad, but we've gotten rid of most of the things that make the Dark Cultist good. Would Argus help? Make some taunts? Couldn't hurt to try it, I guess. He gets another taunt. Well, GG there, huh?
You have bested me.
The bad thing about these bosses is that a lot of times it seems like you have to have that perfect opening hand. Not that it helps much, but I guess we'll draw a card. Pretty sure we're dead.
Death does not scare me.
3-5. This is an 8-2. We are so dead.
You have bested me.
think we're on the right path. Just not sure if that's exactly what we want, though. Wonder if instead of Arcane Golem, we run something a little funky like the 1/4 Taunt Beast, because he'll be flipped to a 4/1. We'll have pretty much the same effect, and it gives us a taunt as well.
Anduin versus Thaddius.
I must obey!
The light shall bring victory.
Kind of debating keeping these because this will get swapped. Let's see. My first turn, that'll swap into a 3/1. I drop it down with the I drop a direwolf next to it. It becomes a 4/1, and I can kill off one of his guys right away. And then next turn, I use the alpha and the holy smite to kill the other one. Am I thinking the turns out correctly there?
Is someone injured?
Step into master. You die now.
Yeah, that's right. So, play that there.
Right away.
Get rid of him.
Oh.
Naxxramas is ours.
It's unfortunate I'm going to have all buffs and a dead dog. That's 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, not happening. We want to get rid of that now. It's tempting to do that, but it's going to die and make a 4/4, so I'm just going to heal. Unless he trades. No, he doesn't. Okay, good. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and heal him. Actually, let's draw a card first. Alright, now we'll heal him. It's tempting to turn that into a 8/8. Oh, we have Lightwell though, so we're gonna hold on to that.
Sustenance.
We're gonna go spend our mana on Lightwell and Inner Fire. we're going to silence the egg. It's not the strongest play ever, but I just don't want him having the 4/4.
Sustenance.
Knock this over. We're going to keep him healed. This looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? It's much like the original match. Let's knock that over. Go ahead and Holy Nova now. We might as well go ahead and gain some life. We'll heal him up. Why oozes? Art is cute. I'm afraid that if I play him, he's just going to get taken down by one of those. Not sure if I want to make a 5/5 taunt Lightwell. I'm kind of happy having it not be taunted. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and bait this. I actually like the Lightwell better right now. Time for some card draw, I believe. It's time for a lot of card draw, I believe.
My shield for Argus.
Job's done. Some still fun.
Well, I don't really want to deal with all that stupidity. I'm fine silencing him. Let him run into it.
Into the breach.
Right away.
Some still fun.
And of course, she has another one. Unfortunate. I guess we're going to pass this turn. We got the health for it. Let him turn into a 5/3 and then we'll kill it with Shadow Word. Turn 10 pass. What do you think about that? You did the job for me, huh? Okay.
Into the breach. My shield for Argus.
At this rate, we're going to have a fatigue war. Tempted to kill that. Real tempted to kill that. We'll hold out for now, though.
Into the breach.
For the Lich King!
Stupid can't be targeted.
Sustenance.
We're just gonna swing. Let him turn that into a 6-4, and then we'll deal with it next turn.
Sustenance.
Knock this over. Holy Nova.
Death does not scare me.
Death Lord. Alright, we should have this now.
Sustenance. Naxxramas is ours.
Well, definitely a little more annoying than the original. I guess just the increased health and the two Thaddius Fugan, or Stalag Fugan at the beginning really does it. But, finally did it.
Interloper, this is the final straw.
Thaddius is down. There we go. Construct Quarter Heroic defeated. Join me next time, which will hopefully be tomorrow. We'll open up the Frostworm Lair. Until then, thanks for watching, and take care, guys.